Double-digit thousands.
Hey guys, it's Toofy the Barbarian here again with the next part of our series of new player Overwatch classes. This time we are going to be talking about the second most important part of any team, the supports, or more importantly, the healers. What's that you say? Are you saying the supports are the second most important part of any team? Well, yes. That's right, we are saying that tanks are the most important part of any team. Team fights around them and uses them as a base of support. The healers function by doing their best to keep everyone alive in good fighting shape. The tanks can't tank, and the offense and defense characters cannot eliminate the enemy if they are constantly dying. Sure, Roadhog can self-heal, but it's on a cooldown. Yes, Soldier can drop a heal pack for the team, but then he has to stand right in that spot for it to work, and it's also on a cooldown. So that leaves the healers, all of which can heal endlessly and have no reason or need to stop. There is one exception in the support class. A healer who doesn't heal at all, but she has her own game-changing special abilities, so we'll talk about her separately. For the purposes of this guide, however, we are going to talk about and select the best healer. So who are the healers and what are each of them good at? So first we have Granny Oldbones, otherwise known as Anna. She is an elderly woman from Egypt with a crush on Reinhardt and a sniper rifle that shoots healing dart at friendlies. Next is Lucio, a Brazilian DJ who apparently loves soccer and hockey, which doesn't make the least bit of sense. There is a rumor going around that he was a Canadian hero at first, but then at the last second they switched him to Brazilian, and that's why he has some hockey-themed skins. Then we have Mercy, a young German doctor who just wants to heal everyone on the team with a giant healing stick. However, she also wants to charge you for her services, so I hope your medical bill insurance is up to date. Moving on, we have Zenyatta, who is a Buddhist Zen monk robot. Who loves peace, harmony, and throwing around a metal piece at your face so fast that it can shatter your skull. Lastly, but definitely not least, we have Symmetra, who is an Indian girl with a no-nonsense attitude and a desire for absolute perfection. Also carries around a microwave glove which can cook you from the inside and the outside in just a couple of seconds. As we mentioned in our previous guide of tanks, you may look at all of these supports and want to play one of them based on purely looks and abilities. Again, we caution you to start off on the easier side of these heroes while gaining skill and learning the game. Once you can play one of the easier healers really well and know some of the frequent tactics in the game, then you can advance to the more difficult healers. And now is the moment you have all been waiting for. Let's rank the healers in order of easiest to hardest. And the winner of the easiest healer is, ding ding ding, Mercy! That's right, folks. Mercy wins the easiest healer category for two main reasons. First off, she doesn't have to aim her heals. She points it in the direction of people getting hurt and turn on her auto-targeting yellow healing noodle. Secondly, her ability to literally fly over to wounded enemies gives her mobility the other heroes would literally die for. Next we have Lucio. We would put him as the easiest healer since his heal is passive and heals everyone in the area. However, his shooting attack is a very slow moving pulse of sound, which is ironic in it. So, also, getting the hang of when you should be speed boosting your teammates and when you should be healing them takes a bit more practice than simply turning on Mercy's healer damage beam. Then, between wall running and his knockback, you have two more abilities, which could take some time and practice. After Lucio, we have Zenyatta, who used to fill the slot of the most difficult healer, but was bumped down to number 2 not too long about. Zenyatta is one of the more difficult heroes due to a couple of factors. First off, he's slow, very slow. So it's easy to find yourself out of position with him and dying in a hail of arrows and bullets. Second, it's not always easy to know who should be receiving the Disruption Orb, which is an extremely powerful debuff that can be placed on one enemy player at a time. Last, his attacks. We have great damage, but due to how slow they travel, they are not easy to hit. Small targets or targets that are far away. Getting good with Zenyatta takes a lot of practice. Lastly, we have our newest support, Ana. Ana is the most difficult healer to play because unlike all of the others, she actually has to be able to aim in order to heal. Mercy can fly up to a Pharah and heal her. Zenyatta can look up and quickly toss a heal orb, and Lucio can literally walk in circles and pick his nose while healing everyone. He pretty much just has to exist. But Ana would actually have to aim at a friendly Pharah and hit her. On top of that, her powerful sleep dart is also difficult to aim and easy to misfire her ult and accidentally use her ultimate on the least helpful team member, like Lucio. Boostio! Lastly, her heal grenade is insanely powerful, but knowing when to throw it and when not to throw it is a skill that's learned over many hours of play and practice. It's hard for Ana mains. Now, like we mentioned earlier, there is still one more support that we are going to talk about, which is Symmetra. Symmetra has no healing abilities whatsoever. So why is she in the support column? Because she can provide several powerful benefits to a team. The best of which is her teleporter. If the team is losing players despite the healer's best efforts, then call on a Symmetra to put a teleport down. Can immediately get back to the fight after respawning. Her turrets are also powerful and distracting on her ultimate ult. The shield generator is one of the most powerful ults in the game for holding an objective for an extended amount of time. We are not breaking how easy or hard she is along with the other supports because honestly, she's not a good trade on a 1-for-1 basis. Having a full-time healer on the field from the beginning of the match. So we've ranked the healers from easiest to hardest, but which one should you use? Many factors come into play here, but overall, we heartily recommend Mercy. For a new player or struggling players, she has an extremely low skill floor, but as you get better with her, you'll start to learn new tricks, which could fill a short novel. In other words, she's easy to learn, but once mastered, she will make her opponents miserable. Her abilities are all very easy to understand and can quickly be picked up in the first couple of matches. First, we have her healing beam. Like a wiggly spaghetti noodle of delicious health, it stays locked onto a friendly character and keeps topping off their health bar as long as it is active. Has great range, so it can heal friendly players from quite a distance. Once the beam is locked on, Mercy does not have to face the player and can run over for cover. The beam will stay locked on as long as Mercy has a line of sight to the player, and even when she loses line of sight to the player, it will stay activated for a short amount of time. So she can peek in and out of cover and keep a teammate healed up while not exposing herself to too much damage. She also has great mobility as long as the other player is in sight. She can swoop back and forth on her short-range turkey wings and deliver warming health to whoever is in need. As long as the player holds the spacebar down, she will float in the air until her cooldown for flying is up again, and a Mercy and a Pharaoh combo can stay in the air indefinitely using this trick. Those aren't her only assets, and she's not a completely useless when no one needs health. Just the opposite. She can swap her yellow beam of health for a blue beam that boosts the damage of whoever she is targeting Is the enemy team bearing down on you with a Zarya and a Reinhardt and getting dangerously close to the objective? Turn on your blue beam and boost a nearby Bastion, Soldier, Junkrat, or any other high damage characters, and watch them completely wreck the enemy shields. She also has a very low damage and slow firing pistol that can be used in an emergency, but it's almost always better to be healing or damage boosting a nearby character that can save you with better attacks. And to top it all off, she has one of the most powerful ultimates in the game. She has an area of effective abilities centered on herself, which can raise every single dead player within the site and range back to life with the push of a single Q. If your entire team dies on a payload or objective, she can easily walk around a corner where she was hiding and bring the entire team instantly back to life. Clutch Mercy reses like this have completely turned losing games into winning games millions of times since the game has launched. So those are her abilities, but how should you play Mercy? Well, like several other characters, she has two phases. One is the hero phase and one is the damage phase. When your team is taking damage and the enemy team has more people alive than your team, then you should be almost 100% focused on keeping your teammates alive. Keep those takes topped off and swap to offense and defense heroes as needed. However, don't focus so much on one player that you forget to heal others. In other words, if you are healing a Reinhardt and he has 75% of his health back up, but a soldier is standing right next to him with 3 bars of health, swap to the soldier real quick and top him right off. Then go back to the tank. The tank can survive a couple of shots, but the soldier is about to take a long walk back to the respawn. Her second phase is the damage phase, and by that we don't mean pulling out your pistol and shooting the bad guys. We mean turning on that awesome blue beam of death and boosting a DPS character. Soldier and Pharah are always good choices for this, as well as McCree and Junkrat as long as they're hitting targets. Use the blue beam of death when your team has the advantage and needs to drop a couple of enemy players quickly. Also, use it when one of your teammates has a powerful ult. Few things say screaming death like an ulting soldier with a mercy beam of damage or an ulting Pharah. However, use caution here too. Sometimes an ulting character immediately becomes a target for the enemy team, and they may need health more than a damage boost. Players you should watch out for on Mercy are the players that don't have to aim to kill you. Mercy is a very small target and is pretty difficult to hit with many DPS characters such as Soldier, McCree. However, Winston and Symmetry will make you have a very bad day. The same goes with Pharah, who can rocket splash you to death from a distance just like Junkrat can do with his grenades. Lastly, watch out for Roadhog hooks, and killing a Mercy is one of their favorite things to do. Anyhow, those are our thoughts on playing healer supports. If you think we're completely wrong, or if you love what we had to say there, then please leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Until next time, this has been Toofy the Barbarian, and we'll see you next time. Bye!